Yes. Hello, students. Very good evening, and I welcome you all for this session on how to, or the last minute tips of what we can do so that we can approach the upcoming exam with clarity and with a smile and with a presence of mind. Okay. So the agenda of today's session will be more about brainstorming on what's going on with your mind right now and what is the approach and strategy that you all will be doing tomorrow. Okay. And right now in the session, we also have Gorki Sir to add on to the points. Okay. So first, what we will be doing is each of you will be sharing on what you're planning for tomorrow and how are you planning to approach the exam and what's running on your mind. Okay. After knowing everything, we will be adding on the points of where we can alter things so that with what you're doing, how can we do it best? Okay. And after that, let's focus on what are the last minute things and steps that we can take so that we can maximize the effort for tomorrow, right? Okay, so we have another, hardly we have another few more hours for the exams to begin, that is tomorrow. So till then, what all we can do in the present to shape the future, that's what we are doing, okay? So we'll be making Gorki Sir the host. Yes, so let's go one by one and be yourself crisp and share on what is your strategy for tomorrow and how are you going to firefight to meet the cutoff? Okay, let's go one by one. Adyasha, let's start with you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, tomorrow's strategy is first I'll go for the subjects that I'm strong in. Polity, geography, economy. First, all of those questions I'll try to solve. Then
Okay.
I'll go for the parts that I'm not very sure about, like science and tech, because current affairs, I feel I could have done a lot more, but since I think I have not done enough, so science and tech I'll be doing at the last, or ancient I'll be doing at the last. If I find ancient I'm not able to answer, I'm going to leave them.
Okay, so the approach that you're taking will be polity, which is the strongest subject. According to the strength of your subjects, you're going to tackle, correct?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Very good. And would you be able to tell the order of the strength of your subjects? Have you done any kind of analysis there?
Sir, I feel polity, geography, economics would be like I'll keep them at one par. Like I feel like I am able to solve them. Since environment, the static portion of environment or science and tech, I'm able to solve. But when it comes to current, I am lacking a bit. Then
Okay.
ancient, I'm very bad with ancient history. I'm static part of history. I'm absolutely able to do it properly.
Perfect. Very good. Okay. How are you feeling right now, Adyasha? And what are you doing about calming yourself down?
Sir, I was feeling very scared since morning, so I cried. I cried a lot, and I felt good after that.
Okay.
Then gradually my friends started calling me because they know tomorrow is the exam and I won't receive calls. So they started calling me and they also consoled me like it's going to be okay. And that's all, sir. I'm just very thankful. I'm very thankful to you also. I mean, when in September or October when I started preparing, I never even thought that during this time of the year I'll feel confident about going and appearing the exam. So big thanks to you, firstly. And that's all, sir. I'm thankful to everything. My friends who supported me. So I'm just feeling grateful right now, and I'm preparing myself to face the exam tomorrow. I know it will be difficult. The paper will surely give me something which I never expected, but I'm mentally ready to face it.
Absolutely. Very good, Adyasha. So believe in yourself, be gratitude with yourself, and remember that the answer is there in the question itself. Forget about what all you remember, what you know, what you don't know. Just see yourself with a hawk eye in identifying what are the tricks or what are the clues that UPSC examiner is giving you for you to eliminate the option. That presence of mind is the key. Okay, so that will only come if you're not anxious, if you're in the presence of mind, and if you're in the clarity of thought. Okay, good. Thank you, Adarsh. Next, Chandan.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, sir, like tomorrow, my approach would be like I would just try to be like calm even in the exam on and attend like every question at a time, like respect each question instead of going it subject wise. I would go like in the order itself, like going one question at a time, like and as Gorki sir and all like trained us. So first go with the sure shots, like which questions I exactly know or at least where I can eliminate any options with complete confidence. So I would be going with that approach first, and then I would be going with like applying any other elimination techniques that I have learned.
Will you be doing both short shot and elimination in the same round or different rounds? How are you
So
doing?
elimination in the way like, in a way like if I can with 100% sure, I can eliminate any option in that way,
Okay.
not by some using any other techniques.
Absolutely. Okay. Good.
So in that way, yes.
So question on question is what you're going about. Very good.
Yes.
Good. And how are you keeping yourself with a calm state of mind today? What are you doing about it?
So today, like I just went through some test papers, like reviewed them, and now I am planning that I will not study anything new, and I will just try to recall and brainstorm on what I know and what I don't know, so that for tomorrow I will be in a calm mind.
Perfect. Very good. Good, Chandan. Okay. Yes. And one more thing. What is that mistake that you felt you've done in the past that you like to avoid in this attempt?
So last time, like even in the topics I knew, I lost some marks last time. It might be, it was mainly because of overthinking. So even though I knew some, when I got stuck between like two options or so, I was like doing overthinking and going for the wrong one. So this time I'm trying like not to overthink and just to go with my intuition, like what I feel as is the right answer in the beginning. I'm planning to go with that.
Very good. Super. Good, Chandan. Good. All the best for you. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Devika, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So I joined late. I don't know what the question is.
Okay, the question is basically, how are you approaching tomorrow's exam? What is the thought process and strategy that you've made in your mind? And how are you, what steps are you taking to calm yourself down so that, you are in the right state of mind for tomorrow's attempt?
Sir, right now I'm not doing much. I'm just going through the questions I have solved, the test series or the PYQs, and checking all those little marking I've made with respect to the things which were not clear earlier. And apart that, for tomorrow, I'm just trying to stay calm by focusing on my breath. That's what my yoga instructor taught me.
Okay.
So this is the thing I did in the Haryana services exam also. It made me calm very quickly. And while doing the PCS exam, I enjoyed doing it, but I also made some silly mistakes by overthinking. Like they were matched the following questions, and I was not aware of all the options, but one or two things I was clear about. So because of overthinking, I ended up marking it wrong. So this time I'm trying to go with the first guesses.
Good, good. Very good. So always believe that the subconscious mind is majority of the time right. 80 to 85% of the times it's right. You can surely trust your instinct in case you are confident enough to go for it. But doesn't mean that you go and do logical guesses everywhere. Always go with short shot and elimination. And what comes to your mind first is majority of the times right. Okay, good. Yes, good. Thank you, Devika. And Gayatri.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Gayatri.
Sir, I'm audible.
You're audible. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, honestly, I'm little nervous about tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm trying to console myself. And practicing some previous year question paper from morning. Then I'm to managing the time. Time management is really important. So I'm working on that, sir, from morning.
Okay. Okay. Good. So here in this scenario, if you're feeling anxious, the question should be why you're feeling anxious. Okay. Where is that anxiety coming from? What is it that your mind doesn't know where the anxiety is coming from? You should know that. Okay. So immediately take action on that, consolidate whatever material you have done, revise that material, or get into the action of solving as many MCQs as possible. Clear, Gayatri?
Sir, clear.
And please listen to what others are saying and see what you can pick up and immediately take action on that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Sindhu.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hi, Sindhu. Good evening. Yeah.
My strategy is that within 1 hour, I have to do the first reading of the paper, and I have to mark the shoot shots, and I have to use next 45 minutes for elimination method in the second round. And only then, according to the questions I have marked, I will just see whether I have to go for guesswork or not. Mostly, I want to avoid the guesswork. So that's my strategy for tomorrow, sir. And coming to CSAT, I will be doing first reading comprehension, and then the reasoning, and third I will go for quant because I'm a bit weak in quant.
Okay. Have you tried this strategy for yourself by solving a paper?
Yeah, yes, sir. I have already solved 10 years papers of CSAT.
Okay.
So I have practiced the maths also, as it was taught by Kaveri ma'am. So I don't think I have a problem, but I have to see how the paper will be tomorrow.
Very good. Sindhu. Do you have any thought process of how many questions range you want to attempt?
I'm thinking to attempt at least 70 to 75 per now, but I don't know how the toughness of the paper will be. According to that, after seeing the paper, after going there, I have to decide that how many I can answer and how many I should answer. Right now, I feel that 70 to 75. I have to see the paper, sir.
Absolutely. Good. Thank you. Superb. And what are you doing, Sindhu, for the last minute? How are you feeling today?
Yes, sir. From last 2 days, I was in tension. And I'm talking to my friends and they're boosting up my content. And I'm just giving auto suggestions to myself that be confident, you can do it definitely. You have prepared whatever you can, so you can definitely do that. Don't worry. And I'm telling to myself that if the questions are tough also, no problem, just use your logic and also the clue so that you can eliminate it. So don't worry for anything, you can do it. That's what I'm doing for now, sir.
Very good, Sindhu. So, super. Thank you. Perfect. And okay, next is Preeti.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes.
I have covered very less number of subjects. So I have just started preparation from past 2 months. So I covered only 4 subjects. Maybe my strategy for tomorrow will be I'll pick the questions from the subjects which I have covered first. Like economy and history, I haven't touched at all. So that questions will be my last option.
Correct.
So first I'll go with geography, polity, science and tech, and environment ecology. I'll pick those questions. I'll try solving first short questions. Then only I'll go for 50-50% guess questions. And rest of the questions, I don't wanna take chance of attempting them.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Here, so basically always also check on how many questions range you're touching, because it should be keeping the last 4 to 5 years of cutoff. You can say that if you see this year's cutoff, it hardly stood at 93, but it is always safe to be in a range of at least 100 marks.
100.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That means at least around 55 to 60 questions. Okay. Minimum.
Yes.
That's something that you should target. Okay. If your short and elimination is not coming to that range, so you are anyways losing out. So there you should see, Gorki Sir is also there. He will also be sharing the strategy after listening to all of you. But you should see how you can stretch yourself so that, you know, that range is meeting. That is where it is called as a rational risk taking. That risk has to be taken a bit in case you're coming in that range. Okay. With 4 subjects, without economy and history, even if you miss out, let's say 30 questions. Okay. I mean, that's a max that things can come. But in case you miss out, but you still have a range of 60 to 65 questions in your hand. That you can manage. Good. Preeti, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling good, confident?
Yeah, sir, I'm fine. I don't want to take any pressure because at the end of the day, peace of mind determines what I am.
Absolutely.
So I'm not taking any pressure. And for now, I just feel like I'll revise only those current affairs, PDF, what was shared. I'll just glance it. That's all.
Good. Okay. Thank you, Preeti. Yes. Rachita?
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So Yeah, last week was very tough because the exams were nearing, but I think I've calmed myself enough to be ready to take on the exam tomorrow. And yeah, to do that, I'm going to take a walk now after this call and just calm myself. And I've mostly been revising the papers that we have been doing so far and going through the Focus 300. These are the two primary things that I've been doing. And whatever has been missing, I go back to the concepts, clarify it, and then come back to the question. So that's pretty much what I've been doing last 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks. It's been good, and my strategy is like, you were talking just before this that 100 questions is what 100 marks is what minimum I'm looking at, but the risk range will be 110 to 115 if I go a little higher. So that is my target. And for that, how many ever questions? First, I'll go through absolutely short questions. And I've seen that most of my mistakes have happened due to overlooking of some keywords. So one thing I'm keeping in mind that Gorki Sir has taught is just look at the keywords, not getting overwhelmed by the lengthy questions. Just look at the main thing you're trying to ask and only focus on them, and remove other jargons from the question, because the entire question is to just waste our time and just confuse us. So that is one thing I'm going to very mindfully look at. Yeah, so that is there, and I've done all the subjects, so I'm confident that I'll be able to reach that mark.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good, Rajita. Very good. What are you doing on the last day to keep yourself in the right state of mind?
So I think I'm done studying. I'm not studying anymore. Finished. I consciously have stopped it because there's no space to recollect and let it settle in the head. So I've already last time I have already looked at my papers, and I'm not going to look at anymore. And I'll just go for a walk and go to sleep early and get enough sleep for tomorrow. And keep my meals very, very light. In fact, I'm not having dinner. So that's also like how you had told 1 month before that we have to set our sleeping pattern. So I consciously worked on it and went into intermittent fasting and had not had dinner for a month now. So it because it keeps me energized the next day, and the day is very fresh.
Absolutely. Whatever is the routine that supports you. And I hope I told you 30 days back, 30 days passed by so fast. I know, right? So that routines that you follow will really help. Please follow what you've been doing in the last 30 days. Good. Good, Rachita. Thank you. Super.
Yes.
And when you say you're doing your mock, kindly don't try a new mock right now. I would recommend you to use the question papers as learning tools and narrow down on the approach to the answer to the question. I mean, take a question and see if you're able to solve it and in what logic you're using it to come down to the answer, right? So
yes, sir.
I don't recommend you to take a new mock that might even hit your confidence.
Yes, sir, definitely. The last paper that we did was the 10th paper, and all the papers are done. So just revising it and having a printout of that and just going through that. That's all.
Yes. Good. Thank you, Rajita.
Thank you.
Rajneesh, please go ahead. Rajneesh, you're on mute.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Gorki Sir. Good evening, everyone. Like last week, sir, you told one thing, and that has helped me really. Like the mind jo hota hai, that generates the insecurity. I have understood it well, and I have applied it thoroughly the week. I have studied properly. Now I'm feeling confident. I have not made any strategy. Like actually, अभी तक exam से पहले मैंने कभी उस तरह की कोई planning नहीं की. I just went with the flow, one question at a time. जैसे चंदन ने बताया, because I feel कि अगर मैं कोई judgment बनाता हूँ तो फिर वो अगर पूरा नहीं होता है तो एक risk होता है. So better है जो बनना होगा बनेगा, जो नहीं बनना होगा होगा. So not thinking about anything, just one question at a time. उस एक question में 100% attention, next question and all. That's all. Feeling good. Like for me, it's like a dream come true. क्योंकि like मैं तो इस goal में कहीं से था नहीं. Even मेरे पास ज़्यादा attempts भी नहीं है. तो I was मतलब मैं बहुत thankfully रहता हूँ हर चीज को लेकर के. हाँ, last week कुछ mistakes कर रहा था, that you have corrected it because I was not getting why I was feeling insecure, because usually it doesn't happen with me, but last week it was happening. But I have corrected it well, and I'm very thankful to you and Gorki Sir, because for me, जो भी चीजें हुई हैं पिछले 8 महीनों में, वो मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है ना. Everything I have learned from you, Gorki Sir, and I have got help from Sindhu, like Devika, Adhyasa, so many things has happened, and everything it was coming to my mind, and I was enjoying it basically. So
Yes.
Feeling confident, sir.
Very good, very good. Remember, everything is in your hands. Use your logic, use your flow, and focus on how many you can eliminate and keep moving forward. Okay. Remember, whatever you have studied, I will do it from that. That should be the attitude. Remember, right? So it's like, you all are going in a forest, and in a forest, you don't sit and recall, right? What skills do I know to fight and how it is? You're going in a forest, and as things come by, you firefight it and keep moving forward. But remember one thing, the firefighting attitude is important till the last second. Okay, till the last second, you firefight to reach your cutoff. Clear? Good. Good, Rajneesh. Thank you.
Actually, sir, the story that I have read, like Bhagat Singh and all, so I was thinking into their character, that कुछ कभी ना कभी उनके साथ भी तो ऐसा हुआ होगा, उनको ही फांसी चढ़ना होगा, but how have they managed? These stories, मेरे को थोड़ा ये पिछले कुछ दिनों में मैंने काफी रिलेट किया कि ये कैसे लाइफ में प्ले करती है ना. और पर्सनली मुझे सेटिस्फैक्शन बहुत मिलता है whenever I have, क्योंकि मेरे जितने क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स हैं वो आपके इस सेशन से मेरे पास होते हैं. मतलब जितनी डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग माइंड की आपको है, मुझे बहुत जनरली नहीं मिलता है, क्योंकि जितना गहरा मतलब मन को आप जितना समझते हो, क्योंकि वो मेरे को जितने क्वेश्चंस हैं, जैसे मैं सोच भी रहा था कि आखिर इस एग्जाम में ऐसा क्यों है कि हर कोई बहुत परेशान है. तो मतलब मैं इस चीज का क्वेश्चन ढूंढता हूँ, और इन क्वेश्चंस को जब मैं ढूंढता हूँ तो फिर मेरे को ना वो एक जो होती है या एंजाइटी होती है वो चली जाती है कि आखिर क्यों परेशान हूं मैं पूछता रहता हूँ, कुछ तो हो नहीं रहा है, इतने दिनों से आप पढ़ रहे थे, सब कुछ कर रहे हो, बट क्यों परेशान हो. तो ये सेशन, और मतलब आई एम वेरी हैप्पी, मतलब इस जर्नी में आप साथ थे, गॉर्की सर साथ थे, ये जो भी फ्रेंड्स थे, तो मेरे को ये सब चीजें बहुत बहुत मजा आ रहा है पिछले 1-2 दिनों से. तो मैं सोच के काफी खुश हो रहा हूँ. ऑल्दो एंजाइटी आती है, बट उसको हैंडल करना समहाउ आपने सिखाया है मुझे, समहाउ आपने मुझे सिखाया है. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Anxiety is good to a particular extent. That will make you keep you alert and perform. Okay, good. So, Rishita.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm also I have also planned to go for question. For the first 1 hour, I will be doing every question which I was confident, and the questions which I'm taking much time to think, I will skip to the second hour. Sir. I have divided like that, first hour and second hour.
Very good. Okay. And what are you doing today? How are you keeping yourself confident?
Sir, actually, this was my first attempt, and it's okay. Anything is whatever happens, it's okay. I'm with that. For today, I am revising the top 300 topics you have given, and just getting a bird's eye view of every subject. I am confident with that.
Very good. Okay. And careful with the words you use to your mind. It's first attempt. It's okay. No, it's the first attempt, and I'll do whatever it takes to give the best attempt. Okay. Be very careful with your inner dialogues and tell your mind how serious this exam is for you, and you will do whatever is in your hand to make it happen. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Rishita, right?
Okay.
Recheck on the words that you're using to your mind. Okay. Doesn't mean first attempt need not be serious. First attempt is always the best attempt. So kindly give your best. Rework on affirmations, rework on the way you think to yourself, talk to yourself. Throughout the journey, today, I want you to observe how you're talking to yourself. Okay. What kind of inner dialogues are running within you? And if the dialogues are positive and empowering you, it's good. If it is disempowering you, rechange the narrative. Okay. Rechange the narrative and take action towards how to get yourself in the confidence state. Yeah. Okay. Rishita, good. Okay. Continue what you do. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, Tasneem.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, from yesterday, when I was thinking about the exam, I completely felt blank. Today morning, when I tried few questions, I thought that, okay, I have a kind of knowledge with which if I get into the paper, if I get reading the paper, then I can somehow solve it. I got that confident. That's one thing. Second, from the morning, I'm getting all the motivative thoughts that it is better to participate in the race rather standing out of it. You can do it, this, that, and all. All my family members and friends are telling that. So that is at one point is giving me the happiness. Okay, I feel motivated. On the other point, I feel like there are many people who trust on me. They think that I can do it. So what if I cannot do it? I'm getting that kind of fear in me as well. But somehow I'm managing it, sir. So for tomorrow, for me, these many days, multiple reading is not working out, sir. It's
What is
time
not working out?
consuming. Multiple reading.
Multiple reading is
2,
not
3.
working out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's not working out for me, because on one reading, if I could answer only 7 to 8 questions, that's putting me into anxiety that I have a lot of questions incomplete. I mean, there are many questions which I don't know. So I'm getting it to a personal self pressure, sir. So I have decided not to go for multiple reading. One time, one question, but I will read the question for 3 to 4 times at least, so that to get the clear understanding of the question. This has worked me for my yes, sir.
Okay. Check it out, because Tasneem, you don't have much time in the exam hall for you to sit and read the questions again and again. Rather focus on the keywords, and in the last today, half a day, in case you want, you can work around each and every MCQ that you have already solved and see how you are able to narrow down on the answer. Don't go with new questions, go with some things that I've already done. I don't recommend you to sit and read 3-4 times. Rather you understand the concept and then you come to the options. Clear?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, recheck on that. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Gorki Sir, I would like to invite you to share a few words after hearing the approach of different students.
Good evening, everyone. So happy to hear you again. And I heard about all your approaches. All are fine. So every individual has his own way. So everyone has one best way to approach things, right? And there is no one best way. So there is always we have ourselves a one best way, right? So the only thing what you need to do is have breakfast, right? Go fresh, go with all energy, go with all belief, right? That you can make it. That's really important. Because past 1.5 years we have prepared, right? And that synergy and that cumulative energy what we had, so we need to use it at the right pace on the day of exam. That's very, very important, right? So that 1.5 years preparation is going to be determined by performance in 1.5 to 2 hours of exam. Keep that in mind. Be cool, so no tension is required. As you mentioned that what will happen if things are going other way, sky is not going to fall, right? So nothing is going to change in that particular aspect. Don't bother about the results, right? Go with a clear thought. They are giving me some rapid fire round kind of 1 question or 2 questions they are going to give me. I'm going to solve one by one. That's all. Okay. Always don't expect how the exam should be, right? Expect yourself how to perform in the exam. So how we can perform better. Okay, that should be the focus, not expecting how the exam should be, right? So that's the other way around. Yeah. So try to focus on yourself, not on the exam. Okay. So that's a real important thing which you need to focus on. So definitely now you will feel something 1 and 2, say for 1 and 2 topics you would have recollected, and all of a sudden you will feel that you have forgotten certain facts. Don't panic, right? So as of now, I think everyone will feel that nothing is in your mind. So it will be blank kind of. So of course it will be the experience. When you learn more, you feel that you are completely blank out of it. But don't worry, even when you have remembered or read way back 1 year before, when you see a question, a flash memory will work. Right? So some spark will kindle that particular thought and you can solve that particular question. So don't feel something bad that I forgot, so all of a sudden I need to go and revise it back and so on. So you will have that feeling. Say, as we cross this particular stage of the first attempt or the last attempt which we had, same feel we had. So the worst part was that the attempt when I made my first interview, on that day of prelims, or at least a week towards the prelims, I used to travel from my home to the institute through a bus. Whenever I see hoardings or peeping through the window, whenever I see a word, one current affairs event will recollect, right? So think how pressure was there upon me. I understood that the pressure is very high. Whenever I see something like a blue star, right? Immediately I will think about something related to star and so on. Something will pop up around my mind regarding current affairs. So think the brain starts working so fast that it created so much pressure, right? So I believe that I will collapse before the exam. So before 2 days of that particular exam, I didn't open any book. I just visited the Marina Beach, Bezenaga Beach, so Elite Beach, 2 beaches I visited. Just sat, relaxed, came back, went to exam, right? So it happens when we read sincerely, when we have works done. So something will, either it will be blank or it will be overpouring. So all of a sudden it starts remembering. We start recollecting automatically. The brain thinks whenever you see even just a bit of paper on the floor, when a word catches your mind, you will immediately think of that, right? You know. So that will be the kind of pressure what we develop internally, unknowingly, right? So don't worry about it. It's all normal. It's not at all abnormal. Okay. When a sincere attempt is made, everything happens in this particular way. Okay. It's a kind of butterfly flying around, right? So that's how it will be. But enjoy the exam. Okay. So I really love my attempts in this exam. And I really miss that particular exam, to be frank. Because when I see, when in the exam hall, when I see a question which I have expected, when I see a question which appeared, which has been attempted already, the happiness which we see, there may be 99 questions which I don't know, right? But that one question which I predicted, which I got it, so that happiness is something which has to be experienced. It's not near an exam, you just prepare, you just go attempt it and come out, right? And just evaluate the key, experience the exam. Okay? So that's a wonderful process which we have, the prelims, mains and interview. Experience them through the process. Don't try to get expectations out of it, right? Just experience it. So that gives you a better opportunity to understand both yourself as well as the examination better. Okay? So the 15 years of my schooling never gave a better insight than the 7 years of preparation of UPSC, right? The 7 years of preparation of UPSC and the process exams and so on, it really made me understood more than what I have been before. So that's the power of this examination. So try to experience that happiness in the examination. Don't try to think it is an exam. So go solve it, make it enjoyable, come back. Okay. And most importantly, don't check for the keys, discuss keys after the first exam. Okay. So just forget it, go relax, have a rest, come back, sit for the second part. Okay. So discussing one or two doesn't happen. Say, if we are going to clear, we know when we complete the paper and you submit the paper, you will have a feel. That feel, even in mains examination, you can even think of, your mind will say, okay, in this paper, I may have some triple digit number as so more than 100 I can score. That feel will make you comfort. Okay. So if you have really done better, your mind will tell that you have a feel that yes, really I have done better. Okay. So that's how try to experience it. Don't expect it. So that's two important words I want to share to you. Most importantly, have some breakfast and go. Right. So it's a very tireful exam, especially GS. So mentally, really tiring exam because you will be, especially the first timers in case of any, you will experience different subjects, different types of questions, different pressure, right? So try to be energetic. So without food, that will be really difficult. Okay. So sometimes people may say half stomach or empty stomach will make the brain better. So it's up to you, but to me, breakfast is better. Okay? So you may not have go on sick and so on. So everything will be clean. And definitely go check out your center before an hour, because initial process there may be some security issues, there may be some screening process, there will be ifs and buts. Say it differs from center to center, state to state. Okay, so always better to be before an hour, okay, of the exam, and definitely have a passport size photograph in case if you don't have clear printouts. Okay, so remember you need to take admit card in printout. Okay, so not a soft copy, it should be a printed copy. And if the print is not clear, try to have a couple of passport size photographs. Okay, so the instructions is provided with the COVID protocol. It has been old instruction, but still, if you wish to wear a mask, you try to have one, hand sanitizer and so on, especially water bottle. Okay, so what are the things which makes you comfort? You make it ready as per the guideline. Don't wear costly watches, right? So you need to be keeping it out, and unnecessary tension will be there whether that watch will be secured or not. Okay, if possible, don't use. Don't take your mobile phones. So otherwise, you need to secure it in the locker and so on. So these are certain basic things which you can avoid. Thereby, you can get it relaxed. Okay, so already exam tensions will be there. Here and there, you can't just go from pole to pole to secure certain things, right? So these are certain fundamentals you remember. So prepare psychologically, be cool and calm. You have done better and you have your own capability to crack the exam. Okay, and it's not a very tough exam as we bubble it out. You could have seen the cutoffs and all. So hardly 55 to 60 net questions you require out of 100 questions, right? So that's up, and don't get carried away by the cutoff also. Cutoffs will vary. Cutoffs individual, say for EWS, the cutoff were very high, then fell to ground, and now it is picking up. So individual categories, the cutoffs will vary. So overall performance of a student in an exam is very high. Okay, so say for example, this year it was around 88, okay, for civil service, but when you go for IFS, the same paper, it will be 10 marks more, right? And remember, the cutoff is the mark of the last person, not the first person. So the last person has got 98 last year in IFS. That means above that, 300, 400 people would have been taken. Clear? So that means in this paper, there are people who have scored more than 110. Remember that. Okay. That means there are people who have scored more than 55 to 60 questions. Okay. So there are people who are cleared with 88 marks also. That means it is around 45, 46 thing. Okay. So the range is between 45 to 60. Okay. So don't get carried away by the cutoff. So cutoffs depend upon variety of factors. So it depends upon how the candidates attempt, the toughness of the paper and so on. The basic idea, hard and fast rule, what we have mentioned, 55 to 60 net you work upon. As you mentioned, so with various methods, what you have chopped out, you try to go with that. Clear? So all the very best. Experience the exam so very well, and hope you enjoy the exam better. and especially try to attempt questions in CSAT as much as you know, right? Don't stop that it is just 35%, so I have attempted 35%, I will get 35%. Don't do that mistake. Try to attend at least half of the paper, minimum, or at least what you know. So all questions what you know, so you try to attempt. Because nowadays the CSAT is going to be one of the quoted papers where people get disqualified because of CSAT. So that shouldn't happen, because we have hardened this particular attempts. So naturally we can't waste just by some silly mistakes. Okay, so I don't know, so I didn't qualify. That's different. But I know, but by silly mistakes I cannot make it out. Okay, so try to make the right decisions at the right time, and try to use all types of tools what you have. The synergize your thought process. So what all the learnings you had, try to apply all these things and try to clear the or try to attempt the particular question in a rightful manner. Okay, all the very best. So hope you will have a very confident attempt, and instead of having the cat on the fence type, so come back with a clear what do you call a performance where you can start your means, right? So all the very best again. Congratulations that you have made this particular exam, or at least you aspire to attempt the toughest exam, the so-called toughest exam in India. Wish you all the best to crack it.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for those words. Students, I hope you were able to reflect upon, as sir was sharing from his experience, as to what can be done. Okay. So I have consolidated a few of our experiences and thoughts into some checklist as to what you can do in the last D-Day tips. Okay. As I go on sharing with all of you, I want you to check to what extent are you doing all of this. If not, what extent you can apply it. Okay. So let's go one by one quickly before we wind up. So here, students, the D-Day tips are like this. Okay. So the thing is, the first and the most important thing that you got to tell every single moment from now on is have a very positive mindset and say for yourself, whatever I know, I shall attempt. Okay. With whatever limited information I have. Okay? Whatever I know, I shall attempt. Simple as that. Whatever you don't know, it's not in your control, right? So remember to focus on what is in your control and not focus on what is not in your control. When you focus on what is not in your control, you will start getting a lot of anxiety and a lot of nervousness. On the other hand, when you focus on what is in your control, you will see what best you can do out of it, right? So whatever I know, I shall attempt. Simple as that. Okay. Remember this word. So what are the do's and don'ts of the last minute? As sir also touched upon a few points, I'll also touch upon a few points. Very simple. If you're following the last 30-day routine, whatever is working for you, do that. Okay. Sleep for 6 to 7 hours. Get minimum of 6 to 7 hours of sleep. And if you are not a person who sleeps really early, kindly don't do all those things. Just follow a normal routine as you're doing it every single day, but ensure that you're getting that 6 to 7 hours sleep. Okay, don't stretch too much into the night. Next, be sure about the center. Very, very important, because recently we had an incident in Bangalore where students missed mains because they got confused with the center, which they located on Google. In case you are confused, if the Google is not clearly showing if there are multiple things, if you can send someone from your family to have a look at the center and come back, good to go. If you're very confident on it, good. Or if you can leave early, you please leave early and be at least 30 to 40 minutes before the time begins, so that you're very sure about the center. Okay. So kindly look into this right away. Then wake up early and set your routine right. And so that, you are in the right routine and not in a rush. Your mind is calm so that you're able to do things. So kindly wake up early according to your comfort and get ready for the exam. And as Sir highly mentioned, eat a healthy breakfast and don't eat oily breakfast that can make you sleepy. Eat a healthy, effective breakfast that can keep you full and energetic. Okay. And double check the essentials. So there are certain essentials that are important. I hope you all have kept it. If not, please check. 2 copies of admit card, take a printout for no matter what reason it is. I have at least 2 copies. Second, Carry your ID card with you, which is mentioned in the admit card. And in case needed, you can even get a printout of this. And thirdly, ballpoint pen, black. Kindly use the pen that you have been using all these days. Don't change the pen in the last moment because your hand is used to that pen. Okay. So carry 2 ballpoint pen black to the exam hall, and ensure that whatever you're using that. Then if you have a habit of carrying your water bottle, kindly pack your water bottle also. And tomorrow, if you have any habit of eating chocolates that can keep you more alert and energetic, you can carry those chocolates too. Okay. And 2 passport size photos in case of any requirement, you please carry it. And as Sir mentioned, kindly do not carry expensive items because you're supposed to keep that in the bag. And secondly, if you're wearing a digital watch, they will not allow. You have to only wear an analog watch. Kindly don't wear smart watches. It will not be allowed in the exam hall. Okay. And apart from that, it personally worked for me. That is practicing previous year questions. See, your mind needs that warm up before it starts doing it. So what you could actually do, if you want in the morning, is you can even while going to the exam hall or the previous day, that is today, in the last final day, you go on solving as many previous year question papers as possible, where you are using your logic to come down to the answer. Focus on coming down to the answer. Focus on identifying the keywords. Focus on using the logic, presence of mind, common sense. Knowledge part will always come as a flash memory. But what is important is your presence of mind, your common sense and logic. Are you able to crack that logic? That's what I want you to focus upon. Solve as many previous year question papers as possible if it's comfortable for you. Okay. And remember this is another important problem where students go wrong. In between, you will have this examiner coming to you, and some examiners are good and cooperative, some need not be, but nothing is in your hands. When they come for you for attendance, it's okay if you lose out 1 or 2 minutes. Stop your paper neatly. Focus on clearly filling the attendance sheet. Okay. Don't go mistake there, because end of the day, all your efforts will go to vain if you don't mark your attendance sheet properly, and even your roll number when the question paper comes. Kindly mark your roll number properly, and the question paper series, kindly mark that properly. Okay. Don't go mistake in that. Take your time out, fill it up. Okay. I think the OMRs will be provided a little early, so that you can mark your roll number and other things. And when the question paper comes, first thing, finish all that. Because if your OMR is submitted without the answer booklet, it might be rejected too. Okay. So kindly ensure all those are carefully observed, and kindly don't panic. If panic is coming, if anxiety is coming in, and if things are picking up, remember to take deep breaths. Okay. Secondly, focus on where the anxiety is coming from. Take a sheet of paper, brainstorm where the anxiety is coming from. You yourself will know where it is coming from. Expect the best and prepare for the worst. Close your eyes and expect the best and prepare for the worst. The best that can happen is you answering the major questions and meeting the cutoff. The worst that can happen is you might not be clearing the cutoff. But when you introduce the mind that these are the only 2 possibilities that can occur, and help the mind understand that what is in your control, you do it. What is not in your control, you don't do it. So focus on what is in your control, and that will actually help you come out of this panic state. Remember this. Okay. And remember to take risk rationally. So if you are, as Sir mentioned, the range should be around 45 to 60. And if you are in that range, if you wish to take that risk, you can, or else you need not. But if you are in the border, see how you can take that rational risk to move forward. Okay. So rational risk taking is important, but carefully do it. And lastly, follow your normal routine as you're doing. Don't treat tomorrow as a very, very special day, but be cautious and alert, because the moment you treat it as a special day, your mind will start getting alert because you're coming out of your comfort zone. Today, you do the normal study routine that you're doing as per your normal routine. Okay. Tomorrow, ensure that you follow the same routine of waking up early, having a good breakfast, and going for exam. Okay. That will keep your mind very, very calm. And lastly, remember, almost close to 40% of your exam is dependent on your presence of mind and logical thinking. Remember this, okay? This presence of mind and logical thinking is what will help you score the maximum marks, and knowledge will support you. But end of the day, how to utilize and apply the knowledge will only come when you have the presence of mind and logical thinking. So students, I want all of you to check to what extent you're following all of this. And I'm wishing you all the very best. And if you have any kind of doubts, you can please ask right away, so that Gorki Sir is also available. I am available. We can clarify you so that you are with clear mind going tomorrow to the exam hall. Anyone has any doubts? Anyone has any doubts?
Sir?
Yes, Tasneem,
Sir, should we take the registration ID as well?
Yes, you have to take when you are saying registration ID, you are talking about the ID proof, right?
No, sir. On the hall ticket issued, it's given that mention your name, roll number, registration ID as well.
So you require only roll number.
Yeah.
So roll number is mentioned in your hall ticket, right? So you
Yes,
have your
sir.
name, you have your roll number mentioned. That roll number only you will be having. Registration number is the number which you have in the application form. Application number is your registration.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
you will be mentioning only roll number. So that roll number will be there in the hall ticket along with the name, date of birth, and other details. That will
Yes,
be
sir.
that is a number which you need to use it.
Absolutely.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Rachita? Please
Sir, mask and sanitizer are mandatory or optional?
Is anything like that mentioned in the admit? Actually, it is not mandatory. It is the code. I mean, they haven't updated as a bureaucracy. No? But the thing is that you have it. Mask, at least you have it. You need not have a sanitizer, but just have a mask in your hand. If even if you are not using, not a problem. But at that time, unnecessarily the security guards may ending up troubling you that you don't have mask, get one. At that time, where you go, right? So just have a 5 rupee medical mask that will solve all problems. Right?
Okay,
so
sir. And
whether we
watch
use it or
analog.
not, that's
Yes, sir.
normal watch.
Sir,
Normal
watch is allowed. Okay.
And yeah, normal digital watch means you don't have any other function, so that is allowed.
Yeah.
Analog watch
No, sir,
is fine, not a problem.
Yes, sir. Just with the sticks, no digital, no electronic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So see, kindly avoid all sort of electronic gadgets. See, the thing is that we try to avoid the nuisance caused by the system. That's all.
Yes.
Okay. Unnecessarily, what they'll say, this is not allowed, that is not allowed. We can't argue at that time because it's not our business there. So that's the thing.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And lastly, students, I want you to just spend a few minutes with me to visualize tomorrow as to how it's going to be. So I just want all of you to close your eyes. I'm turning off the video, and I just want all of you to close your eyes and visualize what I'm telling all of you. Okay. So visualize that, tomorrow, today is going to be very productive, where you are effectively revising all the subjects related to the exam and you're working on the previous year questions. Visualize that you are already able to find the clues and you're able to eliminate the options, and feel the joy that's running in you as you're able to crack every single question today. And visualize that you are able to get a very good sleep tonight, where you are able to have a very calm sleep. And tomorrow morning, you're waking up with a fresh state of mind, with a fresh mindset. You're finishing your daily chores and having a very tasty and healthy breakfast. And with a fresh mindset, you're brimming with thoughts, brimming with ideas, brimming with content. And you're going with a lot of confidence in your mind to the exam hall. And your journey to the exam hall is really comfortable, where you don't have any kind of traffic. You're comfortably reaching the center. You're going and seeing where your roll number is, and you're comfortably reaching at least 45 minutes before the exam happens. Okay. And you are in a very calm and happy state of mind, and you're going into the exam hall right on time. and you are getting a very, very comfortable seat with a comfortable classroom, and there is absolutely no disturbance around, and everything's really calm. And the question paper is coming to you, and you are carrying all your essentials with you, and you're marking your admission number, your series, your booklet, your roll number, everything's neatly marked. And the question paper is coming to you. And the moment the question paper comes to you, you will skim through the entire question paper to check if all the pages are printed or not. And you also, in the form of looking at the question paper, you'll also notice what questions have come from and how the questions are designed. You spend around a minute around the question paper. And after that, one question at a time, you'll be doing it. And to your surprise, you'll be noticing that all the things that you know have come, and you are able to consistently eliminate the options to come to the right answer. You're able to identify the clues and come to the right answer. And you're able to solve the question effectively. And those 2 hours are going very productively. You're enjoying every question. Your subconscious mind is completely supporting you to eliminate the options to come to the right answer, right? And please take a moment to feel how it feels that you are able to come out successfully solving all the questions. And as per it, you're having that feeling that you have done your exam really well. I want you to feel that feeling, right? Coming out and with that effective feeling right after the exam. And you are relaxing right after the exam, where you are going to the side, sitting down, relaxing, and recalling how your exam went by. And with a sense of satisfaction and excitement, you will have your lunch, you relax, and after that, without checking on the key, you will go into the CSAT. As per the strategy of your CSAT, you will start attempting the CSAT questions based on your strength. And you will, to a surprise, notice that you're able to easily solve the questions. The questions are straight. You're able to identify the easy questions in maths. And you're also able to identify the easy questions in logical reasoning. And you are able to comfortably do those questions that are required to meet the cutoff. And you're happily coming out of the hall with a sense of excitement, with a sense of joy, with a sense of satisfaction that you have done your best, right? I want you to thank universe for supporting you for whatever you have done till now, whatever it has supported you till now, for who you have become. And I want you to thank universe, and I want you to thank yourself for the transformation that you have achieved over this journey of preparation that has made you to become who you are, right? Students, with your thanks to the universe and gratitude to the universe, I want you to slowly feel the energy within you that's running within you, and feel the satisfaction running within you that tomorrow you have done a great job. Right? Slowly open your eyes, and I welcome you back. Right? So the journey that I took all of you, right? Tomorrow it's gonna happen, and the universe will support you to make it happen. And anyone would like to share what you're feeling? Anyone? Rajneesh, would you like to share what's running on your mind?
अभी एक एक करके सारे जो कल होने वाली चीजें थी उसको देखने के बाद लाइक एक थोड़ा सा तो कामनेस आया है, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से बेहतर। तो लाइक सर एक्चुअली थोड़ा तो इमोशनल भी हूँ, लेकिन ठीक है। पिछले मुझे अभी भी याद है एक्चुअली, मतलब मैं तो ये सब सर्विसेज यूपीएससी ये तो कभी मेरी लाइफ में था ही नहीं। आई वाज हैविंग अ एम कि भाई कोचिंग खड़ा करना है, बनाना है। सडनली थिंग्स चेंज्ड एंड मुझे पता नहीं कैसे, मैं पहला चीज जब मैं सर्च किया एंड आई फाउंड योर एड, जो उस वक्त मैं फेसबुक पे बहुत एक्टिव था, तो एड मिला, पता नहीं मैंने जस्ट सोचा कि यूपीएससी देना है और वो एड मिल गया। आई वेंट टू यू, लाइक आपने वो 6 दिन का सेशन कराया, आई वाज लिसनिंग यू फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे, आई वाज कनेक्टिंग विद यू। मतलब पहले दिन से मैं कनेक्ट करता हूँ और मैंने कुछ नहीं सोचा, मैंने कहीं नहीं भटका ना ये गया। I still remember कि latitude longitude मुझे नहीं समझ में आता था, believe me, that's the story and I can say you right now, I don't know कि कितना एलिमिनेशन वर्क करता है नहीं करता है, बट आई कैन से यू ये मेरा अपना था। लास्ट वीक मैं परेशान हो रहा था कि मैं क्या करूं क्या नहीं करूं, तो मैं बोला कि जब आपको पता ही नहीं चल रहा है क्या करना है तो पूरा पहाड़ उठा लो। तो वो हनुमान जी वाला चीज कि मैं बहुत इनसिक्योर फील कर रहा था, तो मतलब लाइक मुझे जितनी सारी चीजें आती थी मैंने सबको पढ़ा था। मैंने बोला कि कुछ छोड़ना नहीं है, पढ़ते चले जाओ, एंड दैट हैज हेल्प मी आल्सो। सारे कॉन्सेप्ट सारे फैक्ट्स मैंने रिवाइज किए। एक समय मुझे याद करने से इतना डर लगता था सर कि मतलब ये कैसे याद होगा, बट आई कैन टेल यू राइट नाउ कि आप कुछ भी बोलो, अगर मुझे कुछ भी बोलोगे मैं याद कर लूंगा। वो मतलब ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस मैंने अपने आप में अचीव किया है। आई नो एवरीथिंग इज नॉट अलाइन टू द एग्जामिनीज, बट कभी कभी मैं कुछ कुछ करता इसलिए हूं क्योंकि उससे वो इनसिक्योरिटी मेरी हट जाती है। अगर वो नहीं करूंगा तो इनसिक्योरिटी आपको तंग करते रहती है। तो आई एंजॉय।
It's all a mental game. You can
Yes,
do it.
sir.
You will, Rajneesh. Don't worry. Okay, absolutely, super. Right. So students, this is it, and the day has come. Remember, nothing will change after the next day. You all will be writing your mains, okay? And right after your prelims, prepare your mindset for the mains mentorship, where we'll be working effectively towards channeling that huge amount of content that you have right now built as a part of your preparation to effective answer writing. Okay, so I'll see you all very soon, right after your prelims, so that you're able to effectively take your mains forward. And I wish you all the very best. And Gorki Sir, any last words to them, sir?
So you have made an elaborate tips to them, right? So all the very best. Be confident. So be cool and confident, right? So yes, you are going to win the game, no doubt about it. So you know all the tricks and tips what you need to have. So definitely you are capable of doing things, right? So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, students. All the best. We are with you, and we shall work towards effectively cracking this exam. Okay, let's follow the system, follow the process, do the things as being told. And I wish you all the best, and be grateful every single moment, and connect with the universe to get the maximum support for you. Everything's going to be superb. Okay. Thank you all. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.